You know when you first start an RPG and it showers you with levels and skills like it's feeding a starving orphan? But pretty quickly that faucet starts to dry up, reducing to a little trickle of maybe one level every couple of hours. Oh, you want this bagel? You want this bagel? No. Bad orphan. Go kill 1,200 more goblins, then maybe we can talk. Now we all love power scaling in anime, but to be honest, it usually goes at about the same rate as those late game RPGs. They give you a little tickle of a new power that's coming. We promise, just hang in there for 2 more seasons and you can have half power up.
That's garbage.
I'm addicted to power scaling almost as much as I'm addicted to black tar heroin. I need that shit in my veins ASAP, and waiting is for nerds. I'll take it in any form that I can get, even if that form is an otherwise mediocre anime about a girl that turns into a spider. Let's give it a look. So in case you aren't caught up this season, Kumo Desu ga Nani ka, or So I'm a Spider, So What, is about a classroom of kids that gets isekai'd into a fantasy world. The little caveat being that not all of them are reincarnated as humans. Enter Kumoko, who is reincarnated as the weakest type of spider. Luckily, given the fact that she was a shut-in gamer in her past life, she picks up on the RPG elements of this world pretty quickly and starts to level up. And here's where I first noticed some differences between this anime and some other RPG-adjacent isekais. The RPG systems here are extremely thorough. Even though it isn't required to enjoy the plot, the show does encourage its viewers to keep track of stats and levels in order to start to compare them against one another to determine what is considered a high or low value for these. Which is a neat touch in its own right, sure, but how about the skills? Skills are the basis of RPGs. The more you have, the less you suck. And damn, does Kumoko suck at the beginning. But I was surprised to see how generous the show was with handing out skills, as Kumoko starts earning them right off the bat. Some skills, like appraisal, are pretty straightforward. And others, like taboo, Kumoko doesn't understand, so they aren't really explained at first. Now, like I said earlier, an RPG, or in this case an anime, needs to dose you with some of the good stuff right off the bat. That way it can string you along for a whole season by slowly dialing back the dosage. But as I kept watching, the opposite happened. You got 2 skills in the first episode, great, here's 4. You remember that taboo skill that wasn't explained? Turns out, it unlocks a whole new skill tree and a ton of lore. Leveling up isn't enough for you? Cool, let's introduce evolutions. As the show keeps going, it's a constant parade of mini power spikes multiple times an episode. And it's not like the show is just throwing out random names that sound like skills. No, these are all fully fleshed out with on-screen and verbal descriptions that really make sense. It got to the point while I was watching that I was actually trying to think out different upgrade paths and skill combinations, much in the same way that I would do if I was playing an RPG. As a counterexample, let's take everyone's favorite / least favorite RPG isekai, Sword Art Online. Skills there are arguably more integral to the plot than they are to almost any other anime, and yet they are explained basically not at all. Kirito got this neat skill. Sweet, how'd he get it? So, he got it. Not so with our favorite spider. Most skills not only have clear descriptions of what they do, but also what must be done in order to obtain them. Now, why is all of this important? What does it actually do? I want you to imagine you're 5 years old, you're in class, you just had a nice nap, ate a crayon, and the teacher hands you a certificate. On that certificate it says, "Good job," in big letters and nothing else, and before you can ask the teacher about it, she walks away. Good job with what? The nap? The crayon? Does this get me anything? No, it's stupid. Now, imagine she gives you a certificate that says, "Good job not punching little Timmy in his smug teeth on the playground." And down at the bottom it says you've earned a free ice cream. Well, that's great, because now I'm probably going to continue not punching little Timmy in his smug teeth on the playground because I got a free ice cream out of it, and I'm going to be looking forward to my next certificate. Explanation and reward. If Kirito gets a skill that does who knows what because who knows why, that's crazy, I don't give a shit. If Kumoko gains a new skill by doing a specific task which has a tangible benefit that we see executed, then I'm more likely to be invested in her moving forward. Because now, going back to that kid analogy, I'm going to wonder, hey, maybe there's a different certificate that I can get for not shitting my pants today, and then I get to explore that wonderful possibility and the potential rewards. Likewise, seeing Kumoko gain a skill for doing something I hadn't thought of makes me consider other possible ways for her to advance. It's this infinite loop of trial, success, advancement that keeps me entertained while I'm watching, and gives me a momentary illusion of progression in my constantly crumbling existence. But then I can continue that feeling by watching the next episode, and that's enough to keep me and hopefully you going until the show ends. As always, if you liked the video, please consider subscribing. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, I have been Spoons, and thank you for watching.